So standard features, guys, we're looking at, say you've got a default pouch. 90% of the jobs we do is sort of run-of-the-mill features. So you're looking at a resealable zipper. So again, still in the PP material to keep that mono aspect to it. To be honest, the PP zipper is extremely rigid and it holds its form really nice. It clicks and it pops, so we're happy with it. Then you've got the go-to that comes with, once you've got the zipper, the general term is that you will provide these pouches, we will supply them open to your filler or your customer, whatever it is. Products will go inside and then they will heat seal along the top, okay? In general, you need to sort of leave about 20 millimeters of space here. Average heat seal from a filler would be 10 mil. So it gives a little bit of clearance for all there. So this zipper, most people would think, oh, let's just close the zipper. It's a resealable zipper, so it's a function for the consumer as opposed to the filler. Okay, so it's not serving a purpose up until the consumer gets involved, tears the top off, uses said product, and then reseals as they go to try and keep the product as fresh as long as possible. Okay, so yeah, general positions, you're looking at tear notch just above the zipper. It'll tear nicely because it's PP. The orientation allows it to tear a lot easier than PE. So you're looking at what your potential competitors are going to be offering. A very go-to standard option in the market is PE. You're looking at either a BOPE, LDPE, or you're looking at an MDO PE, LDPE. So one being, it's just different constructs and it's a different version of a mono construction. We tend towards the PP side of things because we believe it mimics the form and function of standard materials. So we're talking about mixed plastics here. So we're looking at like polyesters mixed with polyethylenes. So you've got the rigidity of polyester and perhaps the little bit better heat resistance. And then you've got like the easy sealability of PE. Our cast PP, it's low sealing temperature, low engagement. So it means that we can create a pouch like said that we can heat seal over the top without creating heat damage on the top layer. So we can activate that sealing layer and produce a strong seal without damaging the top layer. So that's the little bit of magic behind that. Additional ones, you can get stuff like Euro slot. So it's for a hanger. It's a nice little display unit. Very common when it comes to pillow packs. So it's not going to be standing up on a shelf. It's going to be hanging from a hang hole. Okay, so it's just a display technique, pretty easy, doesn't add anything more to the cost. It just means that you've got to focus on positioning of the other two tear notch positions and the zipper positions. Apart from that, you're laughing, you're golden. It's a nice feature, yeah, and allows display to be done. Okay, so apart from that, we get a little bit more funky. So you've got things like this, a spout, okay? Oh, so we will produce the pouch on the exact same lines, our Galaxy pouch making lines, and then we will insert the spout on another machine, okay? So we will heat seal. It is possible to allow this top seal to be left open so that the filler can go through there, but it does increase the chance of failure because you can get contaminant in this top seal. So you are filling with a product, perhaps liquid, and then you will then go to seal this, and anything that sits within that seal can potentially inhibit that, top quality seal. So learning from that, we tend to advise that you do a spout fill, okay? So our go-to spout for the mono range will be 10 mil in diameter. So it's treated like a go-to size in the industry is 10.5 mil. Ours are 10 mil. To be honest, they fit the exact same tooling as 10.5 mils. So it works quite nicely. We like it. And yeah, the product. You put this into your white, your clear, and your silver, and you've got a fully mono construct up to 500 milliliters. Once it goes beyond that, we tend to advise stronger, more mixed plastics, and you tend to bring in a layer which is made of nylon. Main function being puncture resistance and improving the drop test ability, as it were. Okay, so you think powders are tricky to feel, liquids are another level, so we need to be really careful about that sort of stuff. But up to 500 mil, tried and tested, out in the market, doing really nice. Oh, we do. Okay, then we have valve. coffee valve, guys. So second bit that we can add on, this is actually a side gusset bag. So instead of going down like wide edge leading, we go head leading on this bad boy, down the machine. Don't have to get into it right now because it's a little bit more complicated, but it allows you to make these bags here. So the product will fill and it will naturally sit on a shelf like so. Negative side to this, relative to what you're going to be up against, is you're going to be up against flat bottom pouches. So flat bottom pouches allow you to have a resealable zipper. This is more for go-to decanting refills. So they would put their products in here, there'd be a nice top seal along there, but as soon as they're opening this, there's no way of resealing. So they are decanting that into either another rigid part or anything that you want to go into, whether it just gets used straight off the bat. But you've got here, what we can add on is a degassing valve. I don't know if you can actually see that, but inside you've got a one-way valve. So what that does is allows the beans to breathe, and it means that carbon dioxide is able to get out rather than inflating the bag and eventually popping the bag. Okay, so oxygen can't get in and denature the product, but carbon dioxide can get out as the beans are breathing. Okay, ground coffee, in general, you don't require the valve, but you know, it's one of those ones that your filler and your product guy will need to be able to nail. But yeah, in general, you focus on beans as they're still breathing. But yeah, it's a really nice feature. It's a popular one, but that doesn't have to go into the side gusset bag. That can go into the standard stand-up bags. It can go onto a pillow bag, whatever it is, if it's just a go-to sample. But it's mostly popular on our doy bags, actually. But it's a nice additional feature. Yeah, so zippers-wise, guys, you've got a couple of options. As far as materials and compatibility, you've got standard track zippers. So options-wise, we've got our monolock PP. That goes with all the mono range. If you've got compostable pouches, you will be going for a compostable cellulose-based zipper. But same theory, it's a track zipper. PE, again, we've got PE zippers, PE track zippers, same sort of thing. The only funky one that we got going on is a nice Velcro zipper. Oh, yeah, daddy. Okay. Let's have a look-see. Listen to this for me, would you? Oh, okay. Okay. That's for your benefit and mine. So, Velcro zippers, there is a function, as well as them being very sexy and ASMR sort of stuff. What the focus is large bags, okay? So standard track zippers, when you get over a kilo, you're talking about 20, 25 sort of servings, okay? So your customer's going inside, out, in, out, reseal, reseal, reseal. There's an opportunity for that powder either to fill into that track, but most of the time it's actually pretty good, but there's an opportunity just for that track to just become a little bit more tired. So over time, the natural rigidity of the track, the male and the female coming together, loosens, and it just doesn't snap quite as it would anymore. To get around that, we offer this Velcro zipper. It's nice on the big bags. You can go, come and go as you please. And yeah, we offer this up to our 2 kg, which means most of the time you're looking at 50 to 60 servings. So it works really nice. Works really nice.